Hello kids, welcome to Math Aura by Manju. Today is the second part of our integers for grade 7. So before going into the multiplication of integers, let us learn a simple trick to remember this. So always remember, when you multiply two positive numbers, you will be getting a positive result. And when you multiply two negative integers, you will be getting a positive integer. At the same time, when you multiply a negative and a positive integer, the result will be negative. Or if you multiply a positive and a negative integer, that also gives you a negative result. So this is the important trick what you have to remember. Okay, so this you should keep in mind, and whenever you apply the multiplication, you can use this. So the first point what you have learned here is multiplication of two positive integers. Of two positive integers always gives you a positive product. So let us see one example. So if you are multiplying positive 5 with positive 2. So naturally we won't give the symbol plus for a positive number, but to show you this, the answer will be positive 10. So that is what we are using there. Plus into plus gives you a plus. Okay, the second condition is when we multiply two negative integers. So negative we can give in the short form this symbol, negative integers. The product is always positive. Positive we can show in this way. So that is when you are multiplying minus 3 times minus 4. Minus 3 into minus 4. Minus and minus gives a positive, and normal the multiplication of numbers will be as it is, 3 4s are 12. So this is what we are learning. Minus into minus gives you positive. The third condition is when we multiply a positive integer with a negative integer, the result or the product is always negative. Yes, always negative. For example, if you multiply minus 4 with a positive 5, so it gives you minus 20. Now if you multiply a positive 7 with a negative 3, it gives a negative 21. So this is what we are using. Negative into positive gives you minus or negative result, and positive into negative gives you again negative result. So here negative into positive gives you negative, again positive into negative gives you negative. So these are the two situations. So this is the interchanging of numbers. Okay. The next point what we are learning here is properties. As we are learning the addition and subtraction, here also we are having properties of integers under multiplication. So what are the properties we have already learned? Are you remembering? So the first property, What is the first property? The first property always in any set will be closure property. Closure property. So, for any two integers, so this is the general definition. For any two integers a and b, their product. So, since it is multiplication, we use the word product. Product means you multiply and whatever result you get, that is called the product. So, the product is also an integer. For example, just now we have multiplied. So, similarly, you can take another example. Negative 8 into 4 gives you negative 32. So, you are multiplying two integers. One is negative, one is positive, and you are getting another integer, negative integer, that is also, it comes under set of integers. So, hence we say that integers are closed under multiplication. Clear? Then second one, like what we have learned under addition, we have the second property as commutative. So most of the students, when they pronounce it, they always say it wrong. They'll commutative, something else, some other words they'll be using, but actually we pronounce it as commutative. Clear? Now here, for any two integers, a and b, then what happens to that? A into b will be always equal to a, b into a. The interchanging the position of the numbers. So that is, we can use example, minus 5 into 6 is also equal to 6 into minus 5. Both gives the same answer, isn't it? So this is called commutative property. Hence, integers are commutative under multiplication. Clear? This word is commutative. Now third one. What is the third property we have learned in that addition and subtraction? That is associative. Okay. Third property is associative. Here, for associative property, always we use 3 values for any 3 integers. Any 3 integers a, b and c. Then a into b. So we are taking it as a set. A into b into c is always equal to a into b into c. So here we have paired a and b, here b and c. The product always will be equal. You can try with any numbers, any values. So let me give you one example. Minus 2 into 3 into negative 4. So minus 2 into 3 into negative 4. So this is minus 6 into minus 4, and this side it becomes minus 2 into minus 12. Now minus 6, when both are negative, always the result will be positive, and 6 4s are 24. So plus 24 here, minus into minus gives you positive, 2 12s are 24. Hence we say Hence, integers are associative under multiplication. Okay. Now, next property is that zero property. So here, what is the specialty of this? For any integer a into 0 will be equal to 0 into a, and the result will be always 0. That shows when we are multiplying any integer with 0, the result will be always 0. That is minus 1 into 0 gives you 0, or 0 into 7 is also 0. So with any number, if you are multiplying with 0, it will give you the result 0. Now the fifth one, multiplicative identity. Hope you remember what is the additive identity. Yes. So here, for any integer a, a into 1 is equal to 1 into a, which gives you a. So when you are multiplying any value with 1, it gives you the same number as the answer. Hence, or we can give an example, minus 5 into 1 is minus 5. 1 into 10 gives you 10. So when you are multiplying minus 5 to 1, it is giving the same number. And 1 with the 10, it is giving the same number. So here you have to remember important note. 0 is called the additive identity. And 1 is called the multiplicative identity. Clear? And now using both addition and multiplication operation, we have another property which is called distributive property. Distributive property. Distribution, I think you know. Yes? What we will do in the distribution, what is the meaning of distribution? Distribution means we give to somebody. We share with somebody. So, for this, for any 3 integers, A, B and C, then what happens? A into B plus C. Observe this properly. Here we are having multiplication and addition. Both we are doing here. Both our operations is equal to A into B plus A into C. Is it clear? Now observe this. So what we are doing here? We are distributing A. We are distributing A to the terms which are inside the bracket. That's how you are getting A into B, the first part, A into B, then next part is A into C. So let's take one example for this. So let us give any value. So this part which is on this side of the equation, This is called the LHS part. We call this as LHS. What is the meaning of LHS? LHS is the left hand side and this side of the equation. That means to your right side. The equation symbol just imagine as your body and either side. And to this right hand side, this is the RHS. Okay, let us take an example. That is minus 3 into 7 plus minus 2. This should be equal to, so A value is minus 3. Minus 3 into B is 7 plus minus 3 into minus 2. Now let us take the LHS part so that it will be easy for us to understand. We are taking the LHS. What is the LHS here? Minus 3 into 7 plus negative 2. So you have learned the BODMAS rule. You know that which is in the bracket we have to solve first. Okay. So 7 plus minus 2. Here we are having two symbols, plus and minus. So what does that give? It gives you 7 minus 2. So this bracket shows that off. Off means into. Plus into minus. It gives you minus. So what happens here? This is minus 3 into 7 minus 2 is 5. Now the result is minus 3 into 5 is minus 15. Clear? The same thing. Now let us take the RHS part. What is our RHS? Minus 3 into 7 plus minus 3 into minus 2. So here we have two brackets. Let us solve that. Minus 3 into 7 gives you minus 21 plus. Now this minus 3 into minus 2. Both are negative, so it becomes positive 6. So what is that? Minus 21 plus 6. What is the answer? Minus 15. So both are same. Therefore, minus 3 into 7 plus minus 2 is equal to minus 3 into 7 plus minus 3 into minus 2. Clear? Okay. Now, to understand more, let us do few problems. Yes? Here, we are having the first question. Find each of the following products. Now, let us see. Let us use our trick. We have learned in the starting itself. Positive into positive gives you positive. Positive, negative into negative gives you positive. Positive into negative is negative. And negative into positive is also negative. So that are the tricks we have to remember. Now just see here this first one is plus 3 into minus. So that means the result is negative. 3 ones are 3. Very simple. Now let us go to the second one. Both are negative here. Minus into minus, the final answer will be plus. Now, when you are multiplying, you know that if there is 0 at the units place, you can put 0 and just simply multiply 21 into 3. How much is that? 63. So it becomes plus 630. Now the third one. Now minus 15 into 0 into minus 18. Now you have to remember our 0 property. We have already learned that whenever we are multiplying any number with 0, these two numbers are see, minus 15 and minus 18, we will get a big number. But if you are having a 0 in between them, the final answer will be 0. Whatever number may be there, if you are multiplying with 0, you will be getting a 0 as the answer. Now coming to the next question. Now let us count how many negatives are there. So here 1, 2. 2 negatives. So the answer will be always the product will be always positive. Now 9 into 3. 9 3s are 27. 27 into 6. What is that? Find out. 27 into 6. 162. Okay. Now next question. Here again let us count how many negative signs are there. 1, 2, 3. So 3 is an odd number. Whenever you have odd number of negative symbols, the final result will be negative. Clear? Now let us make this little more simple. We are having only 18 into 5 into 4. So to make it easy, let us multiply 5 into 4. What is 5 into 4? You get 20. Now it is very simple to multiply. 20, the units place, so this is the negative answer, units place will be 0 because we are having a 0 here. Now multiply with 18 times 2. 18 2s are 36. So final answer you are getting minus 360. Now here again in the next case, how many negatives are there? 1, 2, 3. So this is a positive number. When you add, now here when you are multiplying 3 negatives, odd number of negatives are there. So final answer is negative. The product will be always negative. So let there be many number of positive numbers also. If there are odd number of negative symbol, the final result will be always negative. Remember that. So now 1 2s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24. So negative 24. The next question. Now let us again count the negative signs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are even number of negative signs. 4 is an even number. So even number of negative signs. That means the final product will be always positive. Now start multiplying the numbers. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 times 2 is 36. 36 times 1 is again 36. So the final answer is 36. Now moving on to the next question. Verify the following. So here we are having two sides. What we have to verify? We have to show that both the sides are giving you the same answer. Now this part is called LHS and this is called RHS. Now let us take the LHS part first. What is our LHS part? 18 into 7 plus minus 3. So 18 into 7 plus minus 3. So here we are having two signs together. So 18 into, let us make it into a single symbol. Plus into minus. So that becomes minus 3. Now 18 into 7 minus 3 is 4. So how much is that? Answer is 72. Okay, now let us check the RHS part. What is our RHS part? 18 into 7 plus 18 into minus 3. So how much is our 18 into 7? 18 sevens are 126 plus 18 threes are. So it is a positive into negative, so minus 54. So when you subtract, now here again we are having two signs. That is 126 plus minus 54. Plus into minus, minus. So 54. So when you subtract this, you will get 72. Now you see, on LHS part also we are having 72 and RHS part also we got 72. Therefore, you can just simply write LHS is equal to RHS. Or you can completely write the given equation, numerical equation. Now again the same thing here. Now let us take the LHS part first. Our LHS is minus 21 into minus 4 plus minus 6. So we are having so many minus and positive signs here. So here we are having minus 21 times minus 4. Now here plus into minus. Plus into minus, minus 6. Minus 21 into, both are negative. So this is in an addition form. No multiplication here. Minus 4, minus 6. That gives you minus 10. So when you multiply, now again both are negatives. Minus into minus gives you plus. 21 tens are 210. Now let us move to the RHS part. So what is our RHS? Minus 21 into minus 4 plus minus 21 into minus 6. So let us take this. Both are negative, so when you are multiplying that, minus into minus, it is plus, and it becomes plus 84. And here in the bracket again minus 21 into minus 6. Both are negative, so plus 126. So if you add it both, that is 84 plus 126. It simply gives you 210. See, both sides 210. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Yes. So these three dots, it represents therefore. Clear? Now moving on to the third question. For any integer a, what is minus 1 into a equal to? So if you are multiplying any digit with the negative symbol, now here we are multiplying minus 1 into a. So simply it gives you minus a. That is, if you are multiplying minus 1 into 3, it gives you minus 3. That's a simple thing. Okay. Determine the integer whose product with minus 1 is minus 2. So what is the question they are asking here? Minus 1 into what gives you minus 2? Minus 22. Okay. So minus 1 into, so if you want to get minus in the product, the digit what you are multiplying should be positive. Plus 22. Plus 22 gives you minus 22. Clear? Now, again here, minus 1 into dash is equal to 37. 37 is a positive number. So already one minus. So minus into minus makes you positive. So 1 into what makes it 37? 1 into 37. Now, minus 1 into what gives you 0? Very simple, isn't it? Our 0 property. So you just multiply 0 to minus 1, it makes it 0. Now starting from minus 1 into 5, write various products showing same pattern to show minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to 1. So the first starting, we are going to start with minus 1 into 5. What is minus 1 into 5? It gives you minus 1. Now next, minus 1 into 4. What is minus 1 into 4? Minus 4. This also, the minus 4 you can get by from minus 5 plus 1 gives you minus 4. By adding 1 to the previous product, you will be getting this, isn't it? Now see, next minus 1 into 3. That is minus 3. So how can you get minus 3? This one. Okay. This number minus 4 plus 1 gives you minus 3. Now minus 1 into 2. gives you minus 2. How are you getting it? Minus 3 plus 1. Next, minus 1 into 1 is minus 1. So, minus 2 plus 1 gives you minus 1. Next, minus 1 into 0 is 0. So, how do you get that? Minus 1 plus 1 also gives you 0. Next, so here minus 1 into minus 1 gives you plus 1. That is equal to 0 plus 1. So, 0 plus 1 gives you plus 1. So, this is our pattern, which is the end of that. So, that is minus 1 into minus 1 is 1. That's all for today. Bye.